안녕하세요 여러분, Korean Sanskrit입니다. Welcome back creators to your very own channel where you all Hallyu fans can come and learn more about the Korean culture. So this video is again a video for the K-Influencer Academy program for this month's mission video, which is interviewing myself. So in this video, I'll be interviewing myself by answering a few questions about me, my channel, and everything that goes on this channel. So let's begin with the video. So in these past few months, I have gained a lot of subscribers, and to all my newer audiences, I would like to introduce my channel. So as my channel name is Korean Sanskriti, it literally means Korea's culture, and my name is also Sanskriti. So through this channel, I'll be letting you all explore Korea's culture through my cam. So until now, I have been doing a lot of videos like dance videos, informative videos, and vlogs. So this year as well, this is the first mission, like the proper mission of the K-Influencer Academy. So I hope that this year's mission videos also go really well, and I get to introduce a lot of things about Korea while living in Korea. So I'm hoping it would be a really great journey this year as well, because I have been doing K-Influencer Academy for like the past 3 years. This is my 4th year, and it has always been a really good journey. Like, it gets better every year. So I get to learn a lot of things, and I get to improve myself through this K-Influencer Academy program, and that's what I'm going to do this year as well. So please look forward for my videos. The most of the kind of contents that I have created are like the major informative videos, and a few of them would be dance videos and like the vlogs, but most of my focus is on informative videos, because I love to share information, whatever I have known until now, whatever helped me to grow and whatever helped me to reach up till this mark. I love to always share all of that information to you all. Like, if you have been in contact with me through Instagram for GKS related questions, I have tried my best to reach out and help every one of you in some way or the other. So if I'm like a bit of lacking in like relying my information, please understand that there are a lot of people who text, who DM for like reading of the study plan and stuff. So it is a bit difficult while handling the Korean language classes and exams and everything, but I try to do my best to reach out to each and every one of you. So that's the main purpose of my channel, that I love to share experiences and information through my channel. So if you really need to know something, and if you really want to know about living in Korea or any kind of thing that you are curious about, so you can just mention it in the comment, and I will make sure that I make a video on it. These days I haven't been able to make long form videos, though I have been uploading a lot of short videos on YouTube, but a long form video needs a lot of editing, and like I want to deliver the best content in my capability. So I feel that whenever I have a good information, and whenever I get a chance to convey all that information in the very precise manner, I try to make a video on that. So please be patient if I am getting a bit late in putting a video on any of the topics that you have mentioned, but I will make sure that you get that information within the deadline. So please do like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and let's go on further with other questions of the interview. These questions were provided by the K-Influencer Academy for this video to interview myself, so that I let you all know about me, about my channel. I'll try to kind of modify those questions, and in a way that I can explain and express myself in the best way possible. So let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, why did you choose this particular focus of your content? So as I explained earlier, that my major focus is on informative videos. Like, I try to shoot a lot of vlogs and stuff, but I feel that I am expressing and giving a lot of content, a lot of information through my detailed videos that I sit and talk in front of the camera. And I feel those videos are really informative for the audiences because the kind of response I'm getting for those videos is really positive. And I feel that instead of just vlogs, I should more often do this kind of videos because in through these videos I'm directly sharing the information that in a very clear way, so which is like the information which are really important for you. Like for example, the GKS series that I have made, for those GKS videos, I have tried to complete each and every step in that, and I'll soon be making a new video on that as well. So I hope that these videos have been really informative to all my audiences, because most of the audiences are really interested in coming to Korea, learning in Korea, studying in Korea, and also like knowing more about the Korean culture. So I guess this kind of field of content suits me really well, to just speak in front of the camera and relay a very clear positive information to all of you. So I choose this field, and like I prefer more talking in front of the camera and being more informative rather than just a kind of vlogs, because sometimes when I view my vlogs I kind of feel bored. But that's not the issue, but I'll try to deliver you my experiences through my vlog videos as well. So keep looking forward for those videos also, and I'll be sure to make a lot of informative videos from now on, because the gap that I took in the past month was because of my exams. I had a lot of topic exams lined up, and now that I have got like level 5 in Korean, so it has become a bit easier for me to understand the Korean language and go for the exams rather than pushing myself hard to study. I actually never did study, but there is a way of understanding the language where you don't need to study a language by book, but you get it from the experience. So that's what I did, and I'll make a new video on that, how I passed topic level 5 in like a few months, in like a few attempts. Like my first attempt I got topic level 4, and it was just 6 months of studying Korean. So how I achieved that, I will make a new video on it. So I think yes, my main focus of my channel is informative videos, and if you think that other category suits me, so you can suggest me that. I'll try to make a video on that as well. So the next category of question is my motivation for creating videos, and the question is, what inspired you to start creating content? Was there any special moment? If you go down to my channel, the first video, I've always been inspired by K-pop and K-drama and K-culture to make videos on it. Like I am really invested in all of the cultures all over the world, but the the very culture that caught my attention was the Korean culture, which is why I ended up here to experience. Life is once, and you need to experience whatever you dream of, or like whatever is in your bucket list. So I guess that was my main motivation. I am a dancer, and I have learned classical dancing. I started Bollywood, and I did a lot of styles, but K-pop dance was something I came across after my 12th exams. I have been watching K-dramas, but K-pop dance was not really my type. But when I saw a few of BTS dances, and like I had listened to their songs, but like a few of dances and their emotional bonding, I got to know how these groups work, because in India we don't have kind of like pop groups, and like there were a few like in my mom's generation, but these days there were none. So then I got into K-pop. I got to learn more about BTS, and I got to like I tried to copy their dance and like cover their dances, and that's how I got to know about Korean Culture Center in India, how they host the Indian K-pop contest. So that was one of my first videos. And then there was K Influencer Academy, of course. Like one day scrolling on Instagram, I got the sponsored ad of K Influencer Academy season. I guess it was their 3rd season, and that's when I saw, oh, this is really good opportunity for me to grow as an influencer, because never that it had crossed my mind that I would start a YouTube channel and actually be like an influencer. So K-Influencer Academy really helped me grow, and I thought like this was one of the greatest opportunity for me, because imagine who would have let you given topics and taught you so much about influence, being an influencer for free, and also give you like gifts and bonuses for your videos. So it was really something that made me like inspired me, oh, I need to do much more better in my videos. There is also a gift for that. So there that kind of motivation to push yourself up a bit to reach a newer version of yourself. I guess K Influencer Academy was one of the biggest source of motivation for me to start and continue my channel. So let's move on to the third category, which is audience connection and community building. So there is one question here. Have you had any memorable interactions with your viewers? So when I was starting my channel, it was like one of the first few videos of mine. I gave an advertisement on Instagram where I asked a few people to join me for a video, and there were actually a few people who showed up, and I have been really close to them. I got to talk to them, and in that video I have asked them to tell their stories of how they got into the BTS fandom and so on. So it was really a good way of connecting to people, because that was my first time connecting to my audience. And later on, as I made a few videos and I got to build a lot of connections through the K Influencer Academy as well, and then when I started to put on GKS videos and I got a lot of responses, there were a lot of people who messaged me for help, and there were a lot of people who got into the GKS 2025 scholarship through my help, and have like expressed their gratefulness. It really melted my heart that I was able to do something for someone. So I guess that was the best part of it. So these were like a few of the memorable interactions with my audience, and it really feels so good. This is like, I feel that every influencer might be relating to this, but being an influencer and getting to know more about your audiences, their experiences, like when you are telling a story about yourself and you are sharing your experiences, and you see someone cross the same path and have the same difficulty and get help through your experience, it is the best way, it is the best feeling for any person, any influencer. Like their motive for the video their motive to upload the video and for helping others becomes complete. So I guess that's the best part of being an influencer, and it really motivates every influencer to put on more such content for their audience. So yeah, so the next question is, has viewer feedback ever influenced the direction or format of your content? Yes, 100% yes. Because there have been so many viewers who have been really frank with me that how they want, what they want to know about something through my videos. They have really told me, this part of your video was really good, but I would like to know this as well, and it would be really great if you explain this in this way. That has helped me so much that I have implied it in my videos, and then it has got a good response from them as well. So I think that was more like fun part of interacting with the audience and getting their feedback and working on it to deliver a much more better content. So let's move on to the next category. The next category is channel concept and creative format, and I guess I have covered a lot of the answers for this category in my previous statements, but let's see the question. It is, what's the most important factor you have considered when planning new content? And I feel that I have the most important thing that I have considered is the trend. Like if there is a topic that needs an urgent video to be made on, like suppose there is a GKS thing going on and some process, and for that process people will search up for that video, I try to deliver that information in that time. And I see these kind of these kind of trends before putting an informative video there have been some times when I have not been able to meet the deadline, but I have made sure that I put on a video in a way that it is informative for the audience, even in the last moment of their application or the process that they have to do for the GKS application. And I guess like this is the major thing that I considered before making my videos. So the next question is, how has your approach to content planning or production changed over time? So the approach to content planning has changed a lot. Like in my initial days of K Influencer Academy, I used to just take the camera and speak in front of it and provide a really vague information which had no link ups to the start and the end of the sentence. And I used to just keep on speaking, which would make the audience really kind of bored. But as the videos, like as I made up videos on different topics, and through like help through the K Influencer Academy about content planning and production, I have become really precise about what I want to speak on. And I usually take down points on what stuff I need to speak, how much time I need to give on that topic, and when I need to proceed on the next topic, and what subtitles or what elements I need to add in that video to make it really clear for the audience to understand. I guess these all factors I have been considering a lot before uploading a video. So let's move on to the next category. It's Korean culture and me. So one of the question is, have you ever experienced cultural shocks, misunderstandings, or surprising reactions while covering Korean topics? And there have been a lot, because as you know that the Indian audience, they like the basic Indian audience, like the ones who are in their 30s to their 50s 60s age, they don't know much about Korean. And if you tell that oh, I love these things about Koreans, the K dramas and all, the first question they will ask is, which Korea, North Korea or South Korea? Because they literally don't know about that. So there have been a lot of stuff, like from college friends, like, why are you interested in this stuff, like who even sees that? But now, like, I have proved them all wrong after coming to Korea on scholarship and living my life that I had dreamed. So they are kind of, I don't know, maybe jealous. So it, like, you need to have that willpower to stick to something and make content, make progress. Like if you are not an influencer, you need to stick to that topic and keep on making progress. And you need to show people in a very polite way, because most of the times I've seen a few people, when they are told, oh, why are you watching K drama, oh, why do you love BTS, and they will go on to fight, like, oh, who are you to tell me not to love BTS and stuff. I think that's not a better way to convey what you want about BTS, because you know what kind of people BTS are and what kind of culture Korea has. You know about that in detail. But the people who don't know anything about it will obviously have mixed opinions on it. So rather than having a fight, I would suggest that just be polite to them. It's okay, you don't know. You can maybe search and stuff like that. If they don't care, let them be. But also my main purpose for creating this channel was to let people know that Korean culture and K-drama, K-pop, BTS have also been like have a good recognition in the society. So there might be fandom for that as well. So it's not just people who like football or cricket, but there are people who like this stuff as well. So you need to have mutual respect on it. So in order to let people know about this stuff in detail, I started this channel. Because if you have seen my previous videos, it have been really detail oriented on like explaining people what is K-pop and what are the like boy bands, girl groups, everything like K-dramas and everything. I've also talked about Korean culture, Korean history, how the Queen of India is related to the King of Korea, and how the Kim surname is almost half Indian. because it was the Indian queen Suriratna Ho Wangok who came from India to Korea and married King Kim Suro, and there started the Gimhae Kim clan, and Gimhae is the city I live in. So there have been a lot of information that I have provided on this channel, and there were a lot of friends of my college who didn't like me wasting time, like they thought that I was wasting time on K-dramas and K-pop, but it was me just learning culture about instead of watching some Big Boss. It was me watching K-dramas, getting to know culture, getting to know some different trends in different parts of the world. So they got to know a lot of things about K-pop, K-culture, and like everything related to Korea through my videos, and their opinions kind of slightly changed after that, and they were really fascinated by knowing few more informations. Like they were like, oh, is this also a thing in Korea? Like there are a very different culture similarities between India and Korea. So yeah, the content creation helped me a lot to make the people around me understand why I love the Korean culture and K-pop and BTS. So it has been a really slow journey, but people did really understand me later on. And after I came to Korea, they were like, oh, you did really well. Like it was your dream to come here. You did what you wanted, your strong willpower. And like everything seemed like, oh, did I just achieve something great? Like I used to argue with some people about how good BTS is, and then they are complimenting me and telling me, oh, you achieved your dream by seeing BTS at the concert. It feels like a whole journey, right? I guess that was one of the experience I would like to share about having cultural shocks and misunderstandings whenever I tried to explain Korean topics, but I guess I did a pretty well job in that. So the next question is, what creative methods have you used to connect Korean culture with your content? If you see my previous content, there have been a few like relations to Indian culture as well. So I have tried to connect it to India as much as possible for the audiences to understand the Korean culture, because if I see from a wider perspective, there are a lot of similarities between the Indian and the Korean culture. So wherever possible, I have connected Indian culture and Korean culture to make the audience understand in a very easier manner. So the next category is branding and future goals. What keywords do you want people to associate with your channel with? I'm not sure about this because I have made a lot of content on very varied topics, but it would be really good if you guys suggest me something, and if there is something that you want to know about me or my channel, or if there is any topic you want to get information on through me, you can also put it in the comments. I'll make sure to make a video on that. How do you plan to grow or improve your channel after this interview? That's the most important thing. Actually, before this semester started, my class was from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. and and then after that I had my master's class on Tuesdays. So for that class as well, my professor used to assign some work, and I had to do that research for the week and present to him on Tuesdays. So the thing was, if I woke up at 6 or 7, I need to prepare lunch and meal for my entire day. I need to do the household chores in that time and do my homework as well, and then go to school from 1 to 4, and then do my research work, and then make videos, and then do everything. So it was really very hectic for me. But for this semester, the classes were from 9 to 1 p.m. 9 to 1 p.m. So I get a lot of leisure time after cooking and eating my afternoon meal from 3 to almost like till night. So I have been making a lot of videos, only I have not edited them and uploaded, but because since I have a lot of free time only for this semester, and from next semester, like from September, my master's class will start and I have to give all of my time in the lab. So I feel that I should utilize this time to explore more in Korea. So I have been on trips with my friends, hanging out with them. I have been to concerts, like I have been to three J-Hope concerts in February, and both finale day, both concerts in June, and also to Jin's concert. So, and also recently I made this tattoo from Pollock, like the tattoo artist who did tattoo on BTS. So I have been gaining a lot of experiences. I didn't make much videos on them because I wanted to keep those memories for me as a person. Like I was really feeling in that moment that, oh, I really did come to Korea, I really did make it here, and someday that what was my dream is something that I'm experiencing in real time now. So this was something that I wanted to treasure a lot this time. But now my semester is about to end and I will have a few days vacation. So I'm planning to go on a trip, but I'll make sure to make a lot of videos from now on, because there would only be two things. I won't be able to hang out with my friends a lot from now on because of the labs. So whenever I get time, I can just make videos on different topics. So if there are any new topics or new experiences to share, I will be uploading a lot of videos on that from now on. So please look forward for that. And what message or impact do you ultimately hope to deliver through your content is the last question, and I hope to deliver a lot of hope and best wishes to everyone who wants to come to Korea, or everyone who wants to achieve their dreams by looking at my journey, and a lot of influencers who have actually come to Korea through, like, when they had nothing, but they have achieved everything that they had manifested at one point of their life. So I would suggest you all to go through all these journeys, never lose hope. Like, there have been a few viewers of mine, audiences, who couldn't get into the GCAS 2025 scholarship, and I have told them that this is not the last chance for you. You can apply to this scholarship multiple times, and if you fail, you need to just have hope to like apply for the next year and in a much better way, so that you are one more step closer to achieving your dream. So this is what I wanted to tell through this video. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'll come back with yet another informative video. I had promised you all that I will make video on how to pack your bags while moving to Korea and visa information. So a video on that is coming soon. So please wait for that. Actually, just because a little bit of different timetables, and my bags almost unpacked every week. Like, I have been going to different locations, hanging out with my friends, and there's just a lot of stuff in my house just lying over here with unpacked bags everywhere. So I hope that I get a chance to make a video on that as soon as possible. But don't worry, the video will be out before you need to apply for that visa, because there are a lot of things that goes into while applying for the visa. So all the selected applicants who have been in contact with me, I have been helping them on Instagram. But for the new people who haven't been in contact with me on Instagram, they might have need to wait for my next video. So yeah, I'll come back with another video soon, as soon as possible. So please like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. We'll meet soon. Bye bye.